Alright, we are back. Now we shall play a Mortician's Tale. It's still cold. That's okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a short game, so plenty of time. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Oh my god, I love the style already. I'm coming. I'm so cute. Alright, let's make sure I'm out of the way. I'm out of the way. Okay, hello and welcome to our new funeral director. From Matthew to Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know cremation and I know embalming, but cremulation? What's cremulation? I know you have experience working with these stations, so please let me know if you have any questions. Good luck, you beautiful and smart baby. That's bestie talk right there. I guess my subject line to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get to your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. They are, but if I'm not mistaken, I think like what, 80% of mom and pop shops aren't even mom and pop shops anymore. Like, they keep the name, but like they're run by like this like one company that's just like slowly buying them all. That's happening. Fun fact. Anyway, guess it's not something I really think about that much. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because as I said, we are now very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ohio. Sorry, that's not Ohio. O-N. Ontario. London, Ontario. Serial killer capital of Canada. To work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed up for a funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation. Oh, you signed me up. I love you. I'm super proud of you, Gift. Love you. Museum counselor. Oh my god, it's my bestie. Reply with an auto message. Today's tasks. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed-casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparations necessary. Yeah. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Cool, let me respond to that. Oh, wait, I should have read. Alright, Mrs. Garcia. I'm probably going to be talking to you a lot. Oh, maybe this is the... Okay. This is the prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family's requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you're just gonna clean the body. Look on the sponge, drag it over the body. Click and drag. That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. it's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Can I read my little monthly email real quick? This is like the nice version of Mortuary's assistant. Tips for good etiquette at a funeral. Oh, perfect. Each month we bring a newsletter. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can even just be cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through their healing process is what matters here. Be kind and helpful. Oh. Alright, let's go attend a funeral! Nina, calm down. You're being too hyped. Alright. Let's go talk to some people. Yes, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it in the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? Oh, man. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. Yeah, I guess. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Alright, I'm gonna pay my respects. Respects have been paid. And then I'm gone. So I don't have to talk to them, but, you know, it's nice to just pop in and be like, October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Oh, ba-ding. Look at me with my cool tattoos. Adorable. Alright, I'm so frustrated right now. Let's see, October 11th, 4:40 a.m. Okay, so let's, I guess, read the beginning. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody cough, male colleagues cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condensation is hurting my head. Oh, sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. All right, bestie. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associate it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, too long didn't read. Corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condensation about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. My bestie. Next job. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me questions. Let's see. Ooh, from Mia. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. I'm gonna cry in this game, aren't I? So what I'm saying is it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Alright, this is a long story. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university. Yeah, that tracks. And a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff, messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and I wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, and before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? See you in a bit, Charlie! Oh, Matthew. What to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. Ooh. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lead more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Is this why everybody thinks of the Roman Empire? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are intending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible. Even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral. Or even if that just means asking Or even if it just means asking how you appropriately show your respects. I think this is a typo. Alright, I'm on it. Next body. Look at my little scrubs. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge. Click on the razor and drag it over the body to shave it. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag the body to massage it. What? Didn't know I had to massage bodies. They didn't teach me this in Mortuary's Assistant. Eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap. We know eye caps. Boop, boop. To keep the eyes shut, you need to glue them. Click and drag the glue on each eye to shut it. Boop, boop. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag the cotton balls in the mouth to give it shape. To keep the mouth from opening, you need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle thread. Do, 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 do. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Question. I think that'd probably be the best question. If you got like the driest of dry skins, just go to a funeral home and be like, what lotion do you use? And they'll be like, what? It's like, you heard me. What lotion do you use? Embalming involves removing blood and replace it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Got it. Gonna need a tube for draining the blood. Boop. Click on the cannula and drag it to the carotid artery. That's how you get the chemicals in the bloodstream. Okay. Now you need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Get some additional tubing. What is my cannula? Nina knows all this by heart. Hey, I wanted to be a mortician when I was growing up. But also, Mortuary's Assistant probably gave us like a really good like head start. Hold on. Cannula? No, that's the trocar. There it is. Click on the button on the embalming machine. Boop, boop. In order to evenly, I gotta massage the body. There we go. Massaging. Yeah, we didn't do no massaging in Mortuary's Assistant. But I was like, we did the eye caps. We did the sewing of the mouth. We did the whole checking of them and making notes. We did the embalming through the tummy. Not really the clavicle, so this is nice and new. I mean, it makes sense though. They've been dead for a while. Yeah, it's like, how is he gonna get the blood out? Alright. Time to suture him up. Alright. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar and click and hold on the abdomen. Trocar! Oh, there's still more in here. Sorry, 2 pumps, not 1 pump. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup as well as dressing and put him in the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. I'm guessing we're going to be able to do the whole process. All right. What we got happening here? Came out of nowhere, I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and the next, poof, that person's gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long. Like, staring at the sun, I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. Oi. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. What's going on here? Hobbing to himself. Alright, you know, that's how you're processing, it's how you're processing. Pay our respects. And off we go. December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. A lot of this is happening at 10 in the morning. I'm coming. Is it cremation next? Alright. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Bam. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Passing on this lovely thank you note. Alright, Jen. Meet cutes for death positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know, you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014 that we will never speak of again after this moment. I love Jen so much. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetic. They're super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I'm gonna try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. Oh my god, I love Jen. She reminds me of my BFF. Oh, let's see. From Amy. Hey, Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. So sorry about this. I assure you won't happen again. I don't like the look of this. Not one bit. Oh, wait, hold on. Paycheck coming late? Oh, so she messages him to say, my bad. And now he's messaging me in this email thread. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom-and-pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I said this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash, 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm gonna take the hearse through the drive-thru. Of course, it freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. And the monthly respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut, are buried under the wrong names, and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. I'm gonna cry. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, some people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So, a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the disease. Oh my god, this is so good. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. What? But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people. Okay, it's pretty much saying, like, treat them like humans. Listen, learn, as always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Beautiful. Have a good one. My sister got cremated. We put like her favorite plushie in there with her. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we need to prepare her body. Oh, Mrs. Hall family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing the necklace, all right? Place it on the purple tray. We will place the necklace in the urn with the rest of her remains. Okay, got it. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Great, Mrs. Hall's ready to be cremated now. Up, in you go. Boop. I'd have to check, but from what I know of cremations, you would not have your embalming table next to the cremation machine. At least the ones that I encountered. They were an older cremation machine, so maybe that's why they were like outside and away from things. It's like, what was it? The one in Guam was, I think, outside, and the one that we got to visit in New Mexico was like in a different room, but it was like kind of outside, but not really. But like, you could see the ash dust on the wall. So it was, you know, you just kind of like, you know, you do this, you're like, oh, that's all the people they've ever cremated in here. How do we know? Because that's what they straight up said. Like, they looked at the wall, they did this, and they're like, hey, you, what tag number's next? And I was like, 316? They're like, 315 people are on my finger right now. And we were just like, ah! High school field trips are great. The fanciest cremation machines are the creme de la creme of them. Larrington. Oh, this is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Yeah. Using the cremulator will break those bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Go. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top. Give me your bones. Give me your bones. Bones. Then I put you back on the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace. Into the urn. Don't forget the tag. Go. Close it. Close it. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. God, what is it? You can become a tree now. You can become a record. You can become jewelry. Like, you can become so many things now when you die. Because, you know, they take your dust, your remains, and they can do stuff with it. I know some people have gotten it where it's like, you know, they got grandma, like, made into, like, tiny little thing and, like, put it in a necklace and, like, all the family can wear her, you know? So many things. This is nice. In a weird way. She liked that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. I don't know how to fix it. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. No. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up. Not once. Your respects. Ah, she's got me. Ah, Grandma's got me crying. No! February 14th. Oh, Valentine's Day! 10:14 a.m. Boop boop. Maybe my bestie got a boyfriend. Or girlfriend. Or them friend. News about the future. Hi all, it is with a heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I Googled told me that would be the best, easiest way to break the ice. Be direct, but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways, and you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations that we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought. Or, I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Yo! What did I say? Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I could do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact. Somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me, please understand. What did I say? Did I not say that there's corporations out there that are just buying up the ma and pa shops? It's like I read! Alright. I'm so eternally grateful for you to be able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. Charlie, I thought you'd like to see this thank you note. Pacemaker. Read that in a second. Oh, let's see. From Ryan to Amy, and then from Amy to Charlie. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak my mom out right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that I'll be okay. Oh, it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being inconvenienced, Ryan. Oh, the little kid. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help them. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I'd be happy to connect them, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self, and it'd be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Jen! Charlie! I've been playing a new game where things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Oh, you've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can, so why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000, so better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore preserved natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals from embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. Hey! We here at Funerals Monthly think green barrels are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply with, let us know. Alright, what's happening here? From Mariana. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Alright. So, do I take it out of you or do I just leave it in? Mr. Reese came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reese has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing his pacemaker. Click and drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps. There we go. Forceps way. Place the round thing in his coffin. Here we go. Alright, he's all set. Here you go, Mr. Reese. Sorry. There you go, Mr. Reese. Gotta hit the button to send you. Boop, boop. It'd be kind of fun if you played their favorite song as you were cremating them. Be like, what was their favorite song? It's like, what? It's like, they have a favorite album? Playlist? Maybe I can play it while I'm working on them. You know, show respect. Time to break the bones. Take at the bone. Oop. Take at the bone. Oop. Gently take at the bone. Oop. Didn't mean to swing it so hard. Lid. Alright, Amy will take it to the parlor and present it along some flowers. Let's go pay our respects. I instantly got short. We got happening. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Oh. Don't leave your friends wondering. Tell them you love them every day. Or just give them a big old hug. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Wait, what air needed to be cleared? I mean, I have an idea, but what air? What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere? Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? What's going on over here, man? How you doing? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Pay my respects. The foofy hair. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. No, it's too cold. I can't take it off. It's too cold. I was like, I'd take it off. Nah, too cold, Nina. Oh. Hi, I just want to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Can I pass this along? Jen. My bestie. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing it on my phone, so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil, for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead. Am I right? Jen, I swear to God, if you die at the end of this game, Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people, but fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what to not say to someone who is grieving. So here it is. Funerals monthly top 5 things to not say at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Ooh. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. They're with the angels now. See above's note, then rinse, repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Everybody cooks. It's ridiculous. Take them to their favorite restaurant or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate? Commiserate. Yeah, commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Alright, Amy, what's happening? Our son? Charlie, was hoping you wouldn't have to confront the situation, yet anyways, they're never easy. Rose and daughters have been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate. What you have to do is if his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting in the afternoon. Charlie, is the suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. I got this. I'll respect him so much. I deal with it at work all the time, so it's fine. Not this part. Whoa! Maybe? No. I want to be burnt, not buried. Dickens. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Alright, Mr. Scott. Let's get you nice and presentable. Go. Shave the body. Go. Let's get you out of your rigor mortis. Be a little massagey-saggy. Got your eye caps. Whoop! Accidentally clicked out of the game. Got your glue. Your cotton balls. You're gonna sew your mouth. Whoop. Moisturize. Oop, missed that. Go here. And here's your tube. Here's the thingy. And then tube. Look at that. Professional at this. What if low-key this was like a way to see if somebody could like do the process, like be a mortician is just to play like, you know, the mortician type games. And they're like, can you handle it? Handling, you know, dead body, what you gotta do? And it's like, it's a body. You know, everybody has one. Treat it with respect, you're good to go. Go. Suture it up. And nope, not this one. Control car. Alright. Mike will take care of his makeup and the dressing and put him in the casket. Let's see what this family says. I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm hoping to hear nice things. Yeah, no, it's... Still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know, been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know. Just it hurts. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Man, that sucks. Quiet sobs. I wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. I heard it wasn't going to be an open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Hey, this is what the family wanted. Respect the wishes. March 3rd, 10:45 a.m. Bading. I'm coming. I want more best friend emails from Chad. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprise Incorporated. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of our properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprise culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap? Ugh. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No? Okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your businesses for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitative. Difficult word. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Chad. Charlotte, below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of your month. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Oh, damn. Jen, you're invited to attend a death cafe. Let's see, what is this? 5:21 a.m.? Give me the first one. From Death Cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, then talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Oh, Jen. Esty. Funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even our own culture, maybe be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. Okay. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the surface itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with a death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint I think it's pronounced shomer, a guardian to remain with the body. Preparations for the burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts, in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Wow, many families began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. See, maybe I want to be a death bead. That sounds cool. And not all practices are somber, either. Ever hear of the churning of the bones, or Babadihana? A ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Babadihana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. Oh, this one! This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the way we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Alright, Chad. Let's cremate this body. Prepare Mrs. Ioneska's body for cremation. Alright, let's get your watch. Tag. Perfect. Have a good one. I feel like there's probably some songs that would never be played in a mortuaries thing. Like, probably would not play It's Getting Hot in here. I feel like if somebody walks by, they're gonna be like, that's in bad taste. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Alright, bones. Oh, sorry, urns, then bones. And then bones. Bone. 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 Urn. Your lovely watch. Your tag. And your lid. Alright. Off they go. Let's go pay our respects. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Ooh, tell me about it. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. A-hole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leia. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Oh no! I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks. I mean, but no. I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Ah, yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. Oh my God, my heart! I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. Yeah. And suggest Project Runway. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Yeah. Is that why we cremated my sister? Well, no, we saw her before they cremated her. I think we were the only ones who saw her before they cremated her. Yeah, I don't remember anyone else at the funeral home. It was like real quick, like we went in there and we were like, love you, and they're like, cool, we're gonna go put her in now. Wait, is that the process? Is that normally what people do? Like, or is it just straight to cremation? Do you get the option to see before cremation? I must say, this is a very furry blanket. What? Oh, your blanket. Alright, rules and code of conduct. Uh-oh. Hello, as stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprise. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. have tattoos all over my arms. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. Always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Chad, no. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner Catering Concepts provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. No! I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services Hillside Heritage Enterprise is known for. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work. P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. Green Barrel Policy. Hello, Charlotte. I reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprise can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green burials as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming caskets and vaults. Instead, I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. I don't like this guy. Dr. Zayas? I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs like a human being. Charlie, a human being! We as a species have seen the beginning of it! Oh, Jen. Home funerals. Why do it? The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn, or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they're taken to be buried or cremated. Being around the deceased allows we read that already. The idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. I don't know. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards to $7,000 to $10,000. Jesus! When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at a home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. Yes, because if you're in a state where that's not friendly, and if there's some butt out there who's like, I'm just gonna charge you, because technically that could be desecration of a corpse if, you're not in a good state. So they're like, oh yeah, you have a dead body in your house? Desecration of a corpse. And it's like, what? No, it's my father. He died last night. Like, we're grieving. And it's like, nope. Not in this state. Can't happen. All right. Charlotte, I'm proud to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprise received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us. As I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte, although Hillside Heritage Enterprise, I'm just gonna call it he, is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it's the most cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body is yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from the cremation. Okay, but like, what if he's got a pacemaker? That's my question. What if an unclaimed body comes in and they have a pacemaker? Do I maybe like have like a little metal detecting wand to like make sure there's nothing inside? We need to prepare the body. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting his tag in the coffin. Okay, here we go. He's all good. Have a good one, gentlemen. Mi madre. Mom's sending me messages. I sent her like a photo of like the outfit. She's just like, oh wow, you always look amazing. Curly hair and braids. Love her, she's silly. All right, here's your urn. I just noticed this urn doesn't have the nice flower design like the other one. And here's your tag. All right. Matthew would take care of the urn. So since this is an unclaimed body... Alright, let's go pay our respects. April 9th, 10:19 a.m. There now. I'm coming. I just want to hear more about Jen. I love my bestie. She's great. What is that sentence I wrote? Latest contract acquisition hospital. We are thrilled to announce that subsidiary Rose and Daughters, just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. Wow. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over funding donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon. It's bright and sustained future. Okay, but hold on. Pediatric means children. Maternity means, like, babies. Okay. Sure. Home funeral for my wife? Coffee to Chad. Regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden. We don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she's a proper send-off. What does Chad say? I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. The standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone could see her one final time. You don't need to embalm to see somebody. Beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. No. Charlotte, I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is a part of your job. Yeah. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Jen, Dana's special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. Let's go, Jen, let's go. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for women who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work and also isn't too into it like that last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? God, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. Oh. Bestie. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good, fun and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel, be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Bestie! Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100% no matter what you decide. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Water cremation? We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide, or perhaps more commonly, resomation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here, and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them, and water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkaline in water heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process that any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Oh, I could become like a soup. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. I did not realize that. Also, I see a turkey emoji, so I'm guessing Diggins has his turkey. Good for him. What if I just close this? Oh, I have to respond? Oh, fudge, I have to say okay. I don't want to upsell. Damn it. I have no problem working on the body, I just don't like the fact that they upsold it. Maybe I was agreeing to work on the body. Has asked for an open casket funeral. All right, let's get you ready, Mrs. Dimka. So sorry that my boss upsold. Mortis. Some eye caps. Blue. Cotton. That's good. Lotion. This. 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 There we go. Boop. So does Charlie stick around and suffer in the corporate world, or am I just like, nah? Still in the oven. Oh, I thought your turkey was done because I saw that turkey emote and I was like, oh, turkey. Got me all excited. All right. He's gonna handle her makeup and everything. Let us go pay our respects. Send a message. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. It's so cold in here. I think they have their air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. Would be good to stretch my legs. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of the trailer I sent you? Oh, yeah, I heard about that show. I heard that show was so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Me too. Sorry that my boss upsold your family. You should have been at your house. It's 30th. Ooh! Where am I now? I'm assuming I left that job because of my tattoos. Congratulations, Charlie dear. I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there is anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Yes, I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. You'll never believe what new job I am working now. Open this email to find out. Hey Charlie, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrate on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver! A school bus driver. Charlie, can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I don't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind, and besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add? I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute. But don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Congratulations on your new business! Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally, being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find a link in my 1 million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. Eileen Hansen. Today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding, for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. I got my own business. I got my own business. Take that, corporate. Green! Magnolia Forest. Oh my god, yay! This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. Oh, talk to every person at every funeral. Chatty Charlie. But it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you for helping me give her funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Finish a Mortician's tale. Rest in peace. We did a green funeral. I didn't know about the water one. But now, like, I got so many options now. I want them all. I want them all. Very good. Very good. It was mostly females, too. Or at least, femme-presenting names. The Order of the Good Death? Death and the Maiden? Nice. Our friends and family. Aw, pants. Oh, Ontario Arts Council. Ontario, so it's a Canadian game we just played. There we go. A Mortician's Tale. And with that, we will end today's stream. Because it was a good day. And I need to eat on this happy holiday. But thank you everyone for stopping by. We finished our Layers of Fear. We played a nice little palate cleanser. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. And I will see you tomorrow for some more games.
Suzu is Bye bye.